Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. This video is for all the people who write me and say that they appreciate this channel, learning the knowledge, but the greatest difficulty is having this knowledge, trying to share it with others, and being ridiculed, being called crazy, etc. If you're one of these people who's learning the information from this channel, sharing with others, and being demonized by your peers, your family members, this is my advice. First of all, don't get down about it. A sad reality about this world is that when you tell people who are in the mainstream the truth, they'll often confront the truth with the word crazy. I learned this the harsh way as an 18-year-old after September 11th. The lies of that day, they never fooled me, but they fooled almost everyone around me, and almost everyone around me called me crazy for pointing out the obvious lies of that day. When the wars started soon after, I was pointing out the obvious lies, the obvious propaganda in the media. I was saying at the beginning of the wars, watch, they're never going to find any weapons. This is all made up, bogus information, all lies. And for saying that, everybody around me, they said I was crazy, Meanwhile, all these people calling me crazy, they're falling for all the lies, hook, line, and sinker. And they think that's normal. And, sadly, it is normal. What's normal in this world is people just going along with the lies, ridiculing the truth. So anyway, if you're one of those people and you want to break through to these people who are calling you crazy, you got to show them the most concrete examples of this study. That is the place always to start. And if you've never seen my work on September 11th, it is some of the most undeniable gematria lessons. 9/11, a very obvious lie that a lot of people are waking up more and more to. Show them the coding behind it in the numbers, becomes an undeniable lesson. Occasionally, you'll find things in history, news stories. They also can be independent, very strong examples of how this gematria coding is very real, it's no coincidence, and it's not crazy. And here's one of those examples. I'm telling you right now, you can take this blog post, this video, this knowledge, you can retell it to your friends and family. If they can't see the way they're being mocked, you can rest assured it's not you who's crazy, it's certainly them. What we're looking at here on the screen, this name, Michel Ombogaundelo, what this is a skit from the year 2004, Mad TV on Fox. This woman is supposed to be a presidential debate moderator for actors playing the part of George W. Bush and John Kerry. That was the election in 2004. The two members of the Masonic Order Skull and Bones, from the same small fraternity that only allows 15 new members a year, they were our two contestants for president that year. Anyhow, in Mad TV skit, they give us this woman, Michel Ombogaundel0. And let me remind you, 2004 was the year where Obama became an overnight sensation. Before 2004, no one had ever heard of him. Even after 2004, most people didn't catch on. But in 2004 is where Obama's celebrity began. He gave the Democratic keynote address, the Democratic convention for John Kerry. He gave the keynote address. I still remember his speech. I still remember the way the media talked about him right after. His speech was all about the United States looking past the last 4 years, the Bush administration, the lies, 9/11, the needless wars, the corruption. Obama said, let's overlook it. It's water under the bridge. Let's take a step forward together and make it about the future. And after that speech, the media went crazy. They said, wow, what a speech. Could we be looking at the first black president? And, back then I was in college living with my roommate, and I said to him, watch. The next black president's going to be this guy. They're telling us right here, clear as day. 2004. And for the record, I absolutely hated that fucking speech. I thought, what a fucking asshole this guy is. What sensible person is saying, let's look past these past 4 years of 9/11, lies that started wars, lies that turned this into a domestic spy state where the law of the land is, they can keep the people's records, they can spy on them, there'll be no justice, there'll be no following of our Bill of Rights. That's what Obama told everybody to just look past. Oh, America. So anyway, 2004, here's Mad TV. Michelle Ombogaundelo. Obama, hello. Michelle Obama, hello. Even has the Michelle Obama haircut. Look at this name in gematria. This is what gematria does. This is the power of gematria. If you have a brain, you can already see the mocking. They were laying it down. You know, it's all script. The name Barack Hussein Obama is clearly an actor agent name, not this man's real name. You know, he was elected president after nearly a full decade of people being programmed to be afraid of Osama bin Laden, Saddam Hussein. Then we get Barack Hussein Obama. So anyway, Michelle Ombogaundelo equals 84, that very special number in the history of this nation. Obama is born 8/4. Obama in Jewish gematria equals 84. United States of America, 84. Lawyer, 84. Obama's a lawyer. Very special number to the history of this nation, coded all over, coded into this actor agent name, the President of the United States of America, coded into this mocking name, Michelle Ombogaundelo. Notice she's wearing red and black. Those are the colors of the Jesuit Order, the Masonic secret society within the Catholic Church. Jesuit sums to 84. Right now, there's the first Jesuit Pope, Pope Francis, his date of birth, a date with 84 numerology. Obama's also the 44th president. 84 and 44 have a relationship. The divisors of 44 sum to 84. Remember, Obama elected the 44th president 44 years after the Civil Rights Act. Barack Hussein Obama, 64. Civil rights, 64. Very special number to the gang of Zionist Jews who run this nation. Israel, Zion, Thelema, do what thou wilt, synagogue of Satan, all sum to 64. Israel, the Zionist nation, Zion. Thelema is the occult religion that worships Saturn in the number 93, just like Israel, where its entire history is coded around the number 93. The motto of Thelema is do what thou wilt, which is pretty much the motto of Zionist Israel, who doesn't obey war conventions or anything else. Just behaves like a gang of thugs, which is what they are. Synagogue of Satan, the name for the false Jews from the 66th book of the Bible. Synagogue of Satan. What we have in the Torah, it says there should be no Jewish state. So what is Israel? A false Jewish state, false Jews, synagogue of Satan. Michelle also has that gematria alone of 74, like Masonic, like Jewish, like occult. This was on Mad TV, which carries the gematria of 33, the number often paired with 74, the Masonic pairing. If you want to watch this skit, it's linked right here. It's about 8.5 minutes. I'll link this post. Just come to the post, click on the link. You'll be watching it. You'll notice how they pronounce the name Saddam, Saddama. Almost kind of reminds me of Obama. Also, what I'm reminded of, Obama was the 44th president, but only the 43rd person to be president. Donald Trump is about to become the 44th person to be president, the 45th. At the beginning of Obama's administration, it was Donald Trump that made the birther argument popular. Birther equals 44. Transition of power now from Trump or Obama to Trump. It's all such a scripted joke, people. I mean, if your friends and family, you're trying to wake them up to what's going on and they're calling you crazy, just think about how fucking retarded you have to be to not see how crazy is going on right now. You know, these ridiculous elections, Donald Trump being shoved down our throats for a year and a half. It's not you who's crazy, truth seeker. It is the blind fool who still can't see in 2016. Anyway, Donald Trump, he's a Jesuit, went to Fordham, the Jesuit University. That's what the Society of Jesus is. Fordham University sums to 227. When you divide 22 by 7, you get the number for pi, 3.14. This year on November 9th, Donald Trump was announced to be the 45th president. November 9th this year, because it's a leap year, was the 314th day of the year. 3.14 is pi. I don't think it's a coincidence. Not at all. Donald Trump, the Jesuit, about to become the 44th man to be president. Here's Pope Francis's date of birth, the first Jesuit Pope, date with 84 numerology, just like the word Jesuit. Donald Trump, the first state he campaigned in was Arizona. Arizona has that gematria of 84. The only other state that does is Arkansas, where Bill Clinton's from, Hope, Arkansas. And oh, by the way, Hope equals 44, which Obama ran on. Where Bill Clinton's from, Hope, Arkansas. Trump, he also began his university tenure at Fordham in 64, that special year. From his tenure at Fordham to the year he was elected, 52 years. We talked about how the announcement came on November 9th. That's also the day that leaves 52 days left in the year. 52 days left, number of prophecy, been 52 years since he was in school. Went to school in New York, was in New York in the Hell's Kitchen neighborhood getting sworn in. Mr. Wall being announced as the 45th president on the 27-year anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. Berlin Wall equals 45, 45th president. These are the concrete examples you want to show people. What went down on 9/11? 1968 to 2001, 33 years. False flag equals 33. 68th, the year 911 was made the national emergency dialing code. World Trade Center construction began. George W. Bush graduated from Yale in Skull and Bones. From Bush's birthday to 9/11, a span of 68 days. Concrete examples. If people can't see that that's beyond coincidence, if they can't see that it's beyond coincidence that the guy running on building a wall is announced as the president on the anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, plus Berlin Wall equals 45, what you found out is these people calling you crazy are brain dead fucking retarded, which is the case with most Americans. To be an American and to sit through everything we've sat through, just in the 2000s alone, you have to be truly fucking retarded. The election of George W. Bush, 9/11, the wars, the changing of laws, everything that's happened since, sheeple going for Obama. I know some of you really don't like that word sheeple, but it is hard to call these people anything other than sheeple. All of this stuff is just obvious propaganda and lies meant to steer mindless drones, which is what the American people are. How can you watch news on September 11th of them telling you they found box cutter knives, terrorist passports, and cloth turbans, but they can't find the plane, they can't find the bodies, they can't find the luggage? This is news for retards. This is news for, little babies that still believe in Santa Claus. That's what we do in this nation. Teach kids to believe in Santa Claus, believe lies from a young age. Here, let's go back to 2004 and listen to George W. Bush and John Kerry both admit to being members of Skull and Bones. And let's hear them talk about a number, 322. For all your friends and family go, numbers? Who cares? How about pay attention, you fucking retards? Since 2004, you should have known that there's something to numbers after this happened in the mainstream media.
You were both in Skull and Bones, the secret society. It's so secret we can't talk about it.
What does that mean for America? The conspiracy theorists are going to go wild.
I'm sure they are. I don't know. I haven't seen the rest.
Number 322?
First of all, he's not the nominee. Look, I look for...
Are you prepared to lose?
No, I'm not going to lose.
You both were members of Skull and Bones, a secret society at Yale. What does that tell us? Not much, because it's a secret. Is there a secret handshake? Is there a secret code?
I wish there were something secret I could manifest.
322, secret number?
There are all kinds of secrets, Tim, but one thing is not a secret. I disagree with this president's direction that he's taking the country. We can do a better job, and I intend to do it.
And we'll be watching. Be safe on the campaign trail. John Kerry, thanks for joining us.
So our two candidates, members of the same Masonic order out of Yale. Remember, Yale equals 43. Bush was the 43rd president. His brother Jeb Bush was the 43rd governor. His father was the 43rd vice president. All just coincidences. Tim Russert, who asked about 322, his reported time of death was 223. 223. Think that's a coincidence? Died on a date with 47 numerology. The word president equals 47. Remember, on election night, Trump was in the 47-floor tall story building, Midtown Manhattan Hotel. Hillary was in the Javits Center. Javits Center equals 47. Hillary went to Yale. Notice it says they arrived to pick him up at 144. 144, the number connected to presidential death and killing all throughout history. When you write out 44, it sums to 144. Trump about to be the 44th person to be president. So anyway, just want to show you guys the mocking and again give you another example. All of you who've tried to reach someone with gematria, I mean, if you tried out 9/11 and they don't see it, show them this one. And if they still don't get it, again, you know that person is fucking retarded. And don't feel bad about the way these people mock you. These people someday are all going to have to see when it's too late what fools they were for not waking up when they still could. Michel Ombogaundelo. The Zionist Jews who run this show, they have no shame. For those of you who don't know, the Catholic Church was started by this same gang. Catholic Church was created by the Jewish as controlled opposition within Christianity. A lot of people always get mad at me because they're saying, it's all the Jesuits, doesn't have anything to do with anybody else. All of you don't even know who the Jesuits are. Look how long the Jewish faith's been around. Thousands of years more than the Catholic Church. Study the Jewish faith. Start to make a lot of sense of what's going on in this world. You know, a people who believe that they're better than everyone else, that they believe that they shouldn't have to work, that everybody else, the goy, should be working so that they can survive off their existence. Start looking at who owns everything in this world, who all the property owners are, mostly all Jewish. You notice how rent's everywhere, taxes everywhere, fees everywhere, you know? That's why there's a whole class of people that don't even have to work. They just make all the money off the revenue, off the income that they built. This slave ship for us to live in. Somebody wants to go start a business, what do? They got to go pay a fortune to rent some little corner shop to open their store. The person they're paying their rent to doesn't even have to work. This world's all been built around us by this gang. Long agenda. So I think we covered it all, truth seeker. Till next time.